Hi everyone, it's the English Prophecy here. I'm sorry, I feel like I have foretold the future. What the heck? I predicted it. At least I hope I predicted it. I hope I am right about this assumption. I'm fairly sure we are about to start getting better merch for the Sims franchise, which makes me so excited. Almost exactly a year ago now, May 22nd of 2022, I sat down and recorded a video basically talking about my dream collaborations with The Sims. Brands that I would want The Sims to like reach out to and work with to produce actual like in real life product. Brands that I really wished would actually like be woven into the game, such as like Diesel stuff for The Sims 3, or of course the fan favorite IKEA stuff that existed for The Sims 2. And the news that just dropped yesterday may actually confirm that these plans may be in the future of the franchise. The one and only Jovan over at the Sims community actually broke this news, and it says the new Sims logo revealed. The Sims franchise has a new logo and a vague new strategy to take over the world. We've got a surprise reveal of the new Sims logo today in a PR announcement from License Global. The website published an announcement for a partnership between EA/The Sims and Brangenuity, a global licensing agency. And then they actually posted the full statement from Brangenuity about this little collaboration that they had going on, appointed licensing agent for The Sims, catering to its diverse and engaged Gen Z and millennial I don't need to point out that I'm a millennial. I do think that the fan base is even wider than those specific age ranges. Simmers have eagerly asked for more product, content, experiences, and with licensing, we're excited to deliver to the fans who are the heart of the brand. Brangenuity will collaborate with the Sims franchise to extend the brand's reach across various lifestyle categories such as apparel, accessories, collaborations, collectibles, games, and publishing. Its efforts will expand the brand's online and offline presence, bringing the Sims universe to life in various new ways. I, for one, my fangirl is jumping out. But before we get into that, let's actually take a look at the new Sims logo. I'm seeing people being like, oh no, The Sims is going like the minimalistic route. It definitely feels as if advertising has shifted. I want to say like over the past like 5 to 10 years of brands going with a much more minimalistic theme. It feels like it's not as over the top. It feels like things don't really stand out as much as they used to. And obviously that depends on like the trends, the timing, like actually what works. But this isn't just The Sims 4. I've seen people worried about that. This is like the franchise as a whole. So I'm fairly sure The Sims 4 actual logo and the things that we see in the game, for example, aren't actually gonna go through a rebrand. This I don't actually mind. I don't really think we'll be seeing it all that often. This actually just fits in with the Maxis rebrand that got announced like a fair few months ago now. I have talked about in the past how I think Project Rene, or whatever the future iteration of The Sims could be, could literally just be called The Sims. I know that does add a little bit of like confusion between obviously the original Sims that was released in 2000, The Sims 1 is what I like to call it, and then what Project Rene could potentially become. But if they want to make like the next game run as long as The Sims 4 and then like maybe even longer and give us like constant updates and constantly work on it. That's not to say that this is like, you know, a statement on Project Rene. Obviously, that is still very much all under wraps. It is still very much being worked on. I really don't see us getting Project Rene in like the next 5 years. I think The Sims 4 is here to stay. But actually, looking at some of the things here is very interesting because I saw this little cow plant and I was like, oh my word, does that not look exactly like cottony socks? Little clay cow plants that she makes. Also, this little freezer bunny, like I know Cottony has also made freezer bunnies. This actually looks like one of the little freezer bunny ice creams, which I would absolutely love. Are you kidding me? Walking into the ice cream shop when I was like on holiday in Wales and seeing like a SpongeBob lolly, I'd be like, oh my god, I want that. I wasn't even a fan of SpongeBob, but I just think that ice cream looked cool. Imagine me walking in and being like, I'll take one freezer bunny pop, please. Now, of course, that is like dreaming, and I don't actually know if that's gonna happen or if this is just gonna be like a clay piece. I, for one, know that the Sims team are massive fans of JoJo and her cow plant, so I wouldn't even be shocked if they kind of started working with her because of this. However, I have heard people say, I really hope they don't start cracking down on small businesses. If they're gonna start creating their own merch and things like that, I really, really hope that isn't the case. I mean, Cottony Socks is literally like a small independent business, and I think it would be really dismissive and just really disrespectful. I know obviously like copyright issues are very much a thing, but I think it would be super unfortunate if small businesses who have been providing like incredible merch that wasn't ever official to be cracked down on because of this. So I am praying that that is not the case and they actually start working alongside these brands and actually start helping them. I don't know why they have an IRL cheese toasty. No idea why they didn't decide to use like the Sims version of this. You got Grim, and then my face is hiding it, but you've also got the low poly seagull. So I really don't see this being like a new loading screen or anything like that. I just wanted to get that off my chest. I think this is basically just being like, hey, we rebranded the Sims like franchise logo, like any shops that we set up from this point forward, any merch that might have like the Sims written on it could potentially be in this font. And I know it's not everyone's favorites. I'm honestly not really that fussed by it, but also I'm not like, oh my god, this is the best thing since sliced bread, you know? Like, it's kind of boring to look at, but I can kind of see why they wanted to match it to Maxis, you know, make the branding like feel more sisterly between Maxis and The Sims. And I've also seen a ton of people say like, why do we need this rebrand? Like, shouldn't this money be going into like updating the game and fixing bugs and like creating new content for the game? I don't know everything there is to know about business. I will be the first one to say it. However, I'm fairly sure that the like merchandising, you know, licensing, marketing team have a completely different budget to the budget that actually goes towards, you know, like game fixes and brand new game content and things like that. I don't think that they're like taking money from the development team to put into marketing, and I also don't think they're probably taking money from marketing to put it into game development, even though we all obviously would like bugs and glitches to be fixed, like console players especially right now. But this is actually really exciting to me personally. I obviously collect a lot of stuff. I have so much cool stuff from games that I love to play. Like, I have a little 6 here from the one and only Little Nightmares. I got this with my collector's edition that I bought. I very, very kindly got gifted this Alex doll from Life is Strange True Colors. This is like 1 of 10. It's like handcrafted. And I've always said it, but I do think that The Sims is such a big franchise that has lasted for so many years that they really could produce like items from the game in real life that people would love to see. Like, I have a Bella Goth canvas over here. This was created by Meteorite, who I'm fairly sure Etsy shop isn't open right now, but I will link like their Twitter down below. I made this freezer bunny, and Rosie So Cozy was the one who like came up with the design to make these. I made this absolutely years ago, but imagine having like an official freezer bunny plush or a sad clown painting. I am lucky enough to go to Sims camps, and the Sims team actually do like have merch. Sometimes when we go, I have a Discover University hoodie, I have a Brychester hoodie, I have the Top Llama hoodie, and I always felt like the merch that is sold like basically on the EA campus and the merch that we receive at Sims camp always, in my opinion, looks better than the stuff that they had, for example, on their official Threadless store. And the Threadless store doesn't exist anymore. It wasn't the best quality, and I feel like this is an exciting time for the franchise because I feel like they're finally putting money and effort into good marketing schemes, and they're wanting to collaborate with people, and the IRL products makes me really excited because I think there's so many brands that they could work with. But just as another example, I have a fidget spinner that I bought at EA. I have a light up plumb bob headband, which sometimes you can get these at like certain events. I think the Simmers Meetup had a couple of these because obviously they were in touch with EA UK. And so they have official merchandise, but it's like official merchandise that has never been sold to the public. So I feel very lucky and privileged that I have like access to these. But I think opening that up and actually having it as officially licensed product would be so sick. Like walking into a game store and seeing a bunch of Sims merchandise, it would make my heart as a Simmer so happy. I've obviously talked in the past about brands that I would love them to collaborate with. Obviously, Lego is like my dream. They could do a landscape of like all the different worlds or some of the different worlds. I've talked about maybe making Magic Town from The Sims 1 as a Lego set, the Goth Manor, the Newbie House, like all of these iconic builds could be done in Lego. Lego obviously have the botanicals set. I was like, what if they work with Lego botanicals and they actually create a cow plant that we can build and it can actually sit on our shelves and it's a Lego cow plant. Obviously, Pop Funko vinyls are also a big one. I've wanted a Bella Goth pop vinyl for years. I've wanted a Bob Pancakes one. They could do a Game of Life, but a Sims version. They could do Cluedo, but as like Bella Goth going missing. There are so many cool like brand opportunities and collaborations. And we all know that Sims 4 brand collabs have fallen flat recently. They've gone for like really out there, big brand fashion labels, high fashion that absolutely no average Simmer can afford. The Moschino stuff was so expensive. We also had modern menswear, and whilst that was with like a smaller designer, it was still very high fashion and people were never really gonna be able to go out and buy those brands. I get it, it's not gonna be everyone's thing. It is definitely gonna be more money, but I think if you want to buy merch to show your love for a game, this is like the perfect collab for it. So yeah, you can tell I'm excited for this, but I would love to hear all of your thoughts, brands that you would want them to collaborate on, products that you would like to see, maybe even in-game packs that you want to see produced with certain brands, actual type of merch that you would love to see. I've forever said that I really want Sims Christmas jumpers. 1 second. And yes, whilst it's not the iconic Freezer Bunny one that I wanted, again, this is like official, unofficial merch that the Sims team sent to me, and it's so flipping cool. Like, imagine them selling stuff like this. This is what we could have with this new collab. That's all I'm saying. I want to hear all your hopes, dreams, wishes, everything you would love to see come out of this collab between Brangenuity and The Sims in the comments down below. If you're not a fan, also let me know why. Like, I'm interested to hear all of your thoughts on this. But thank you all so much for tuning in and listening to my ramblings and my sort of fangirling. It feels nice to be excited about something. I will say that in the year of 2023. But I appreciate you all. Definitely hit that subscribe button if you aren't already. Give this video a big thumbs up. If you want to keep up to date on Sims news, you can also hit that notification bell. I obviously post these types of videos when I feel like there is news worth discussing when it comes to The Sims and the franchise as a whole. I will absolutely leave a link to the Sims community article down below. I think the comments over there are super interesting as well. Thank you all so much for tuning in, and I will speak to you all in my next one. Bye now.